Hey guys, it's Alan here, and today we're taking a look at Noire on the Xbox One X. Noire is a detective action-adventure game developed by Team Bondi and Rockstar Games. It originally released in May 2011 for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, before a Windows PC version followed in November 2011. Fast forward 6 years and we're talking about Noire once more, this time on the latest set of consoles, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. There's also the upcoming VR Case Files, which is a standalone release coming in December for HTC Vive. This version delivers 7 of the original self-contained cases from Noire, rebuilt specifically for virtual reality, blending action sequences with true detective work. As for the re-release on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, we have the complete Noire experience, enhanced to take advantage of the newer hardware to push the original game assets to their highest quality. All console versions include the complete original game and all its downloadable content, but there are some differences between Microsoft and Sony's machines in comparison to Nintendo Switch. For starters, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions deliver a range of technical enhancements for greater visual fidelity and authenticity, including enhanced lighting and clouds with updated weather, smog and lighting effects for a more realistic Los Angeles. Plus, real-time reflections on vehicle surfaces and new chrome and dirt effects to create a wider range of vehicles. There's also new cinematic camera angles, high-resolution textures, and more. Noire plays natively in 1080p for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles, and in 4K for PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X, with high dynamic range available for those with a supported display. On Nintendo Switch, fans can enjoy Noire in 1080p resolution when docked and in 720p HD when in handheld mode. The specific enhancements for Nintendo's hybrid system include a Joy-Con mode with gyroscopic gesture-based controls, HD rumble, and new wide and over-the-shoulder camera angles, plus contextual touchscreen controls for portable detective work. The new versions of Noire also feature new collectibles to find in the city of Los Angeles, as well as 4 new detective suits to unlock that offer unique special abilities to make finding clues and taking down criminals even easier. These collectibles include hidden novel covers and golden vinyl records scattered throughout the world. Noire takes place during the post-war boom of Hollywood's golden age, where newly minted Officer Cole Phelps embarks on a desperate search for truth in a city where everyone has something to hide. Utilizing facial animation technology, which was revolutionary back at the time for its 2011 release, Noire blends the action of chases and shootouts with true detective work, including interrogations and clue finding, for an unprecedented interactive experience. This is something which has never been found in other games, even to this day, making Noire a true classic and one that's not to be missed, even if the open world environments and car models are beginning to show their age. It's important to note that these versions of Noire are simply re-releases and not remasters. The assets are the same from those on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC versions of the game, but have been simply upgraded to run at their highest quality on the newer systems. That means the textures and asset detail will look better than ever before, with improvements to visuals across the board. However, when you look at the facial details, some aspects like the hair aren't overly detailed. Instead, it's the facial animation that impresses here the most, which led to an engrossing and immersive detective experience. Buildings and vehicles also aren't anything too spectacular in 2017 unless you're up close to them. The render distance also isn't anything to boast about either. However, the texture filtering here is greatly enhanced, with these re-releases offering the most detail on screen at once out of all versions of Noire. The biggest improvement to Noire comes in the form of a new feature, Photo Mode. This is the first time we've seen Rockstar Games add a fully fleshed out photo mode to one of its titles, unless you count the Snapmatic feature in Grand Theft Auto 5. Whilst the camera movement is unintuitive and a little too restrictive for my liking, the options here are impressive. From black and white camera filters to adjustable sliders for contrast, saturation, film grain, soft focus and brightness, there's a lot here to enjoy. You can also reposition or remove the Noire watermark from your shots, and you can even adjust the field of view, depth of field, image tilt, add vignette, and custom photo borders with 1940 style, and even hide your character or partner from the image. It impressed me to quite a degree where it's actually become the most standout change to these Noire re-releases, and I highly recommend checking it out. Photos captured come out wonderful and are unique in comparison to other titles thanks to the various settings and options available to tweak. If you want an album of classic 1940s Los Angeles in black and white with old-fashioned film grain but in staggering 4K resolution, Noire now allows you to do just that. Of course, all the footage we're looking at here is from the Xbox One X, captured directly from the system using the built-in Game DVR in native resolution, supersampled down to 1080p. Be aware that YouTube compression may remove some of the detail in the final video. LA Noire on Xbox One X is the best version of the game you'll find in terms of visuals, but the difference isn't as huge as you might expect, given the fact the same assets from 2011 are being used in the re-release. Overall, we do have a far more polished and visually appealing version of Rockstar's classic detective thriller, and any performance drops that occurred on the older hardware have thankfully been eliminated based on my testing so far. If you have the $40 to spare, I highly recommend revisiting LA Noire on the newer systems, especially if you haven't played it before. As for the Nintendo Switch version, it'll be interesting to see if this means Rockstar Games will release even more titles on the system going forward, as this one does take advantage of the console's motion and touch features, though it does come at a premium, being $10 more expensive than the Xbox One and PS4 version with lower quality and resolution settings. Though saying that, the difference shouldn't be too noticeable, especially on the smaller handheld screen. LA Noire is a dark and violent detective thriller, set amongst the glitz, glamour and corruption of 1940s Los Angeles, where players investigate an escalating series of cases inspired by real-world crimes. Each successfully solved case brings Detective Cole Phelps to greater success, but also brings him closer to the dark criminal heart of post-war LA. With impressive motion capture tech implemented at the time with an accurate open world, LA Noire was a one-of-a-kind experience that goes unmatched. The gameplay we're watching here comes from the first case in the traffic deck of LA Noire, where Phelps has just been promoted to a detective for the LAPD. He works with Stefan Bekowsky as they both solve a crime related to an abandoned car out in the middle of a rail yard station. The vehicle's interior is covered in blood, but scattered around the car is several clues, and eventually Phelps and Bekowsky realise there's more to this case than a simple murder investigation. The plot is handled extremely well, and if you find more clues and piece everything together, the real reasoning behind this abandoned bloody car starts to come to light. The new versions of LA Noire are also a technical test for Rockstar Games. This is the developer's way of trying out new technologies like high dynamic range and 4K support on the Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro. It's also an easy way for them to see whether their titles will sell on Nintendo Switch and experiment with how well one of their open worlds can run on the hybrid system. Rockstar Games are also taking the opportunity to dive into virtual reality and see what's possible there, whilst also observing whether consumers are willing to pay $40 for a re-release or remaster of one of their older titles. So, that's our first look at the new LA Noire re-release on the Xbox One X. I also have it on Nintendo Switch, so I'm excited to see how it stacks up in comparison to Microsoft's console. But that's it for this Xbox One X enhanced video. Do like if you did enjoy, and subscribe so you can remain up to date with all of my future content. That's everything from me for now. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll see you in the next one.
Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car. Figured I'd better take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckoned I'd take a shortcut.
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody hanging around the car?
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a name I'm familiar with.
You ever seen the car before?
Funny enough, I did. A couple of nights ago, it was over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regularly, so it kind of stood out.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in it when you arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
Do you want the patrolman to hold you down while we turn out your pockets, Mr. Wilkie?
Maybe I checked inside that wallet. Not that I was gonna steal anything. Maybe I took a look. But there weren't no money in there. Not even change.
We found a steel pipe with blood on it near the car. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
When you saw the blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say. Looked dry already.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now.
He's on a rail crossing.
Oh, you got it.
All units, officer needs help. 333 South Main Street. 333 South Main Street. Officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3.
What's the situation?
We got a hold-up gone sour. 3 guns locked themselves in with 2 hostages. I tried to go in through the front, but the place is a fortress. I nearly got a mouthful of lead from my trouble.
All right. I'll see if I can get in through the back.
All right, I'll stay here and keep them busy.
Let's go. Try the back.
Weapons up!
Quick, up the stairs. Get after him.
Put the weapon down now. Car 11K, I've been involved in a shooting at 333 South Main Street. Globe Loan and Jewelry. It's code 4 now, but the suspect is down. I need an ambulance here. And notify my supervisor and the coroner.
11K, roger on the ambulance and coroner. Your supervisor will be notified. All units, 11K reports code 4 on the shooting at 333 South Main Street. Globe Jewelry and Loan.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just a minute.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news, and we'd rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Your husband drives a blue Lincoln, Mrs. Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh, no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window, at the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Of course, officer. Anything to help secure my husband's safety.
Well, let's check the place out. Come on. Have a good look around. There's got to be something in here to go on.
Maybe Adrian was a patron. R&I should have an address. Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thank you. This must be Adrian's. Stenzel. So the glasses are a match. To my Adrian. This thing gets more and more interesting. A used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing. Someone couldn't wait to get out of this house. Separate bedrooms, separate pictures. What gives here? This was only recently installed, not 2 days ago.
Maybe it's time we took a look around outside.
No good to me. No use leaving the thing half finished. That can't be right. No, that won't work. So the pipe missing from Mr. Black's heater is the same one that killed him. Huh. Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
I'm all right now, detectives.
We found a receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there?
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
Did your husband tell you where he was going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
So nothing out of the usual then?
Well, he came home early from work. He never comes home early. And he went out early, too. He normally never leaves for the bar till about 7.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. They looked terrible.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell? It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
You and your husband are in separate bedrooms. What gives? Did you want him out of the way, Margaret?
No, I did not. My husband and I may have drifted apart, but it wasn't my choice.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone. I cooked Adrian's dinner and waited, but he never came home.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, Detective.
Sounds like another dope fiend.
I know you bennies is hiding from me. I'm gonna find you all and eat you. Yes, sir. Damn! Why these places have so much preparation H? Ooh-wee! Benny's give me speed.
What are you doing? Get the hell down from there, you lunatic! You really need to lay off the
You
pills.
lousy bastard!
All right, if you really want to dance.
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
Everything is fine, thank you.
God damn it all! I asked them to hold the mayo.
Something
You know
funny
Frank
about the
Morgan?
clam chowder.
Sure, Frank's your regular.
He's a loner in the back.
Can I get a bowl of that chili?
Frank Morgan?
Who's asking?
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know him.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough break.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk-off, Phelps.
You're lying, Morgan. You were there.
And you're talking out your ass, detective. How about you prove I was out at that rail yard?
You were there, Morgan. We found a receipt in the trunk of the car. It has your name on it. We can call the slaughter yard and nail you on it.
All right already. That fool Adrian's fallen for some dame in Seattle. He wanted me to make it look like he'd been attacked.
Where exactly is Black holed up?
No idea. I think he took off for Seattle.
I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it! Or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
He's holed up at my place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
An address?
It's an apartment house at the corner of Temple and Figueroa. Apartment number 2.
I think that's all. Thanks for your help, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just glad I could help. I love cops.
Cuff him, let him go. It's up to you, Phelps. There's no way I'm writing this idiot up.
Top of my class back east. Now I'm waiting tables.
You got Morgan's address? Let's get over to his apartment.
Shootout in Valencia. Shootout in Valencia. Shots fired. Officer needs help. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
R11K, we'll handle the help call. Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, shots fired.
I see you motherfuckers. Come on up here and get us.
What is all this?
Traffic stop from hell. Prowler unit pulls these guys over. Finds a trunk full of hardware like you wouldn't believe. They lose it. Bullets start flying, and they snatch up the guns and one of the cops. Head to high ground and make their stand.
And the officer?
Up there. Still alive, we think. Who knows for how long. We'll keep him busy if you can find a way up, sir.
Put the weapon down, now! 11K. I've been involved in a shooting. It's code 4 here, but suspects are down, and I need an ambulance in Chateau and Valencia. Also notify Detective Headquarters. I'll need the coroner. My partner and I are okay.
11K, roger on the ambulance in Corner. Detective headquarters will be notified. All units, 11K reports code 4 on the shooting at Shootout in Valencia. Code 4.
Finally! We're starting to think nobody would show.
What have we got?
The 3rd Street Gang and the Diamond Street Gang. Mexican kids with nothing better to do than howl at each other. But no bloodshed so far.
Shit! Hope you brought plenty of ammunition, sir.
How long do you think you can hold out? You're surrounded, and your buddies are dead. Car 11K calling KGPL. I need an ambulance at 1624 West 3rd Street. Code 4. Shots fired and suspects are down.
Roger on the ambulance, 11K. All units be advised. Code 4 on the major 415 on West 3rd Street. Suspects are down.
Let's check the place out. Come on.
Apartment 2.
Help you, gentlemen?
LAPD detectives, Mr. Black. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I never tried to hurt anyone. I just needed to get away from LA. I won't put up a struggle. Just let me get my things.
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
There's no point running, Adrian. Mr. Black, get back here right now. It's over, Adrian.
Stop right there, Adrian.
Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama?
I thought it would be easier.
No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house. I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bekowsky here, and you could go a long way in this department.